teacher, Mrs. Gihad. Hope you are well and safe. In this video, I'm going to cover the grammar section of lesson 9. Today's grammar lesson is going to be about the complex sentences. The parts of the complex sentences will be highlighted. Also, you will get to know more about the subordinating conjunctions. Let's start with the first example. Cara slept early. Sentence number 1. She was tired. This is sentence number 2. Let's join the two sentences together using the conjunction because. What is a conjunction? A conjunction is a joining word that is used to join parts of the sentences. Excellent. So the two sentences joined together with the conjunction will be Cara slept early because she was tired. Let's check the first part of the sentence. Who slept early? Cara. So Cara is the subject. What did Cara do? She slept early. So slept early is the predicate. Can this part of the sentence be used alone? Can you use this part of the sentence alone? Does it tell a complete idea? Let's read it one more time. Cara slept early. Yes, it tells a complete idea. Yes, it can be used alone. So what do I call this part of the sentence? I call it independent clause. Why is it independent? Because it doesn't need the other part of the sentence. It doesn't depend on the other part of the sentence. It can be used alone. That's why it is independent clause. Let me clarify what is the meaning of the word clause. A clause is a group of words with a subject and a predicate. Any group of words with a subject and a predicate is called clause. So this part of the sentence is an independent clause. It's a group of words with subject and a predicate that can be used alone without the other part of the sentence. Let's check the other part of the sentence. Because she was tired. Who was tired? She. How was she? She was tired. So the subject is she. The predicate is was tired. So this group of words has a subject and a predicate. But can this group of words be used alone? Let's read it. Because she was tired. Does it make a sense on its own? Does it tell a complete idea? Because she was tired. No, it cannot be used alone. It's a clause, but it cannot be used alone. So what do I call this part of the sentence? A dependent clause. Repeat after me. Dependent clause. What is the meaning of dependent clause? A dependent clause is a group of words with a subject and a predicate that cannot be used alone and that cannot tell a complete idea. Excellent. Let's see the other example. Everyone laughed. Sentence number 1. The clown showed up. Sentence number 2. Let's join the two sentences using the conjunction when. Everyone laughed when the clown showed up. Let's check the first part of the sentence. Everyone is the subject. Laughed is the predicate. Can this part of the sentence be used alone? Yes, everyone laughed. It tells a complete idea. So this part of the sentence is called the independent clause. Let's check the other part. When the clown showed up. The clown is the subject. Showed up is the predicate. Can this part of the sentence be used alone? When the clown showed up. What happened when the clown showed up? I don't know. So this part of the sentence cannot be used alone. So it is called a dependent clause. Why? Because it depends on the other part of the sentence. Amanda found a toy story. Sentence number 1. She can get wonderful toys. Sentence number 2. Let's join the two sentences using the conjunction where. Amanda found a toy store where she can get wonderful toys. Let's check the first part of the sentence. Amanda found a toy store. Amanda is the subject. Found a toy store is the predicate. Can you use this part of the sentence alone? Yes, you can. So what do I call this part of the sentence? Excellent. I call this part of the sentence an independent clause. Why is it independent? Because it doesn't need the other part of the sentence. Why is it a clause? Because it's a group of words with a subject and a predicate. Let's check the other part. Where she can get wonderful toys. Where she can get wonderful toys. Does it give a complete idea? No. She is the subject. Can get wonderful toys is the predicate. Okay. Does the sentence or does this part of the sentence give a complete idea? No, it doesn't. So can you use this part of the sentence alone? No, you can't. So what do I call this part of the sentence? I call it a dependent clause. Why is it dependent? Because it depends on the other part of the sentence. Why is it a clause? Because it's a group of set of words that has a subject and a predicate. Excellent. So, the independent clause and the dependent clause, all together, they make up a complex sentence. Excellent. What is a complex sentence? A complex sentence is a sentence that is made up of an independent clause and a dependent clause. So a sentence with an independent clause and a dependent clause is called a complex sentence. The dependent clause begins with the subordinating conjunction. As you remember in the previous lesson, in lesson 8, we had the subordinating conjunctions. So, the part of the sentence that begins with the subordinating conjunction, what do I call this part? I call this part the dependent clause. I'm staying at home because it is snowing. I'm staying at home is the independent clause. Why? Because it is the part of the sentence that can be used alone. It is the part of the sentence that tells a complete idea. I'm staying at home. Can you use this part of the sentence alone? Yes, you can. So it is the independent clause. Because it is snowing. Because it is snowing. Can I use this part of the sentence alone? No, I can't. So it is a dependent clause. The both parts, the independent clause and the dependent clause, all together, they make up a complex sentence. Excellent. So, what do I call a sentence that is made up of an independent clause and a dependent clause? I call it a complex sentence. Excellent. Let's move to the next part. What do we call the words that join the parts of a complex sentence? I call them subordinating conjunctions. What are the subordinating conjunctions? After, before, when, where, because, since, if, until, while, and although. These are the most common subordinating conjunctions. After and before they tell the order of the events, we use the conjunctions after and before to show the order of the events. We use the conjunction when to show the time. We use the conjunction where to tell about the place. We use the conjunctions because and since to tell about the reason. As I said in the previous lesson, the conjunction since, it means because. So we use the conjunctions because and since to tell about the reason why something happened. We use the conjunction if to show a condition or to highlight a condition. For example, I will go out if the weather is good. So going out depends on the weather. So here we have a condition. One action depends on the other. We use the conjunction until. What does it mean? It means up to that time or till that time. The conjunction while means during. The conjunction although, it expresses or it joins two opposite ideas. You'll know more about how to use these subordinating conjunctions through the example. Danny came, sentence number 1. Cara needed help, sentence number 2. Let's join the two sentences with the conjunction because. Great, Danny came because Cara needed help. Let's check this part of the sentence. Danny came Danny is the subject, came is the predicate. Can this part of the sentence be used alone? Yes. So what do I call this part of the sentence? Independent clause. It doesn't depend on the other part of the sentence. It can be used alone. Excellent. Because Cara needed help. Cara is the subject, needed help is the predicate. Can this part of the sentence be used alone? No. So this part of the sentence is called a dependent clause. Excellent. As you may see here, the dependent clause, it begins with that subordinating conjunctions. So please remember that the dependent clause, it begins with that subordinating conjunction. Both parts or the two parts of the sentence, they make up that complex sentence. The two parts are joined with that subordinating conjunction. Excellent. I woke up late, sentence number 1. I would miss the bus, sentence number 2. Let's join the two parts together using the conjunction if. Excellent. If I woke up late, I would miss the bus. Let's check this part of the sentence. If I woke up late, I is the subject, woke up late is the predicate. Can this part of the sentence be used alone? Let's read it one more time. If I woke up late. What will happen if I woke up late? I don't know. So, can I use this part of the sentence without the other part? No, I can't. No, I can't. So, this part is called the dependent clause. What does it begin with? It begins with the subordinating conjunction. Excellent. Let's check the other part. I would miss the bus. I is the subject, would miss the bus is the predicate. Can I use this part of the sentence alone? Yes, I can. So, what do I call this part of the sentence? I call it the independent clause. When the subordinating conjunction comes at the beginning of the sentence, you need to put a comma at the end of the first part of the sentence, or at the end of that dependent clause. Excellent. The two parts make up a complex sentence. We played, sentence number 1. It got dark, sentence number 2. Let's join that two sentences with the conjunction until. We played until it got dark. What is the meaning of the conjunction until? It means till the time. So we played till that time it got dark. Excellent. Let's check this part. We played. We is the subject. Played is the predicate. Yes, I can use this part of the sentence alone. So it is called the independent clause. It doesn't depend on the other part. It doesn't need the other part. Until it got dark. Can I use it alone? Until it got dark. No, it doesn't make any sense. So, yes, is the subject, got dark is the predicate, but the clause, it doesn't make any sense, so it is called the dependent clause. Why? Because it depends on the other part. The two parts make up a complex sentence. Excellent. She fixed the computer, it got damaged. Let's join the two parts with the conjunction after. She fixed the computer after it got damaged. Let's check this part. She fixed the computer. She is the subject. Fixed the computer is the predicate. Can you use this part alone? Yes, you can. So this part is called the independent clause. Excellent. Let's check the other part. After it got damaged. After it, the subject, got damaged is the predicate. Can you use this part of the sentence alone? After it got damaged. No, you can't. So what do I call this part? I call it the dependent clause. The dependent clause, what does it begin with? It begins with the subordinating conjunction. Excellent. Uncle Romie looked scary. Sentence number 1. James liked him. Sentence number 2. Let's join the two sentences using the conjunction although. As I said before, although The conjunction, although it joins two opposite ideas. So Uncle Romie looked scary, but James liked him. So these are two opposite ideas. So the conjunction, although, joins these two opposite ideas. Although Uncle Romie looked scary, James liked him. Let's take the first part. Although Uncle Romie looked scary, Uncle Romie is the subject, looked scary is the predicate. Can this part of the sentence be used alone? Although Uncle Romie looked scary. So what happened? We don't know. So I cannot use it alone. It doesn't tell a complete idea. So what do I call it? Yes, a dependent clause. What does it begin with? It begins with the subordinating conjunction. So always remember that the dependent clause begins with the subordinating conjunction. The dependent clause begins with the subordinating conjunction. Excellent. Let's check the other part of the sentence. James liked him. James is the subject, like him is the predicate. So can I use this part of the sentence alone? James liked him. Yes, I can. It tells a complete idea. So what do I call it? I call it the independent clause. It doesn't depend or it doesn't need the other part of the sentence. The two parts make up a complex sentence. The tornado hit the town. All the buildings were destroyed. Let's use the conjunction after. After the tornado hit the town, all the buildings were destroyed. Let's check the first part. After the tornado hit the town. What happened after the tornado hit the town? I don't know. The tornado is the subject, hit the town is the predicate. But can I use this part of the sentence alone? No, I can't. This part of the sentence, what does it begin with? It begins with the subordinating conjunction. So it is the dependent clause. Let's check the other part. All the buildings were destroyed. All the buildings is the subject, were destroyed in the predicate. So what do I call this part? I call it the independent clause. Can I use it alone? Yes, I can. All the buildings were destroyed. It tells a complete idea. It gives information. That's why it is independent. It doesn't need the other part of the sentence. Let's take a look again over the conjunction. Is it in the beginning of the sentence or in the middle of the sentence? The subordinated conjunction is at the beginning of the sentence. So when the subordinated conjunction begins the sentence, I should put a comma at the end of the first part. Excellent. The two parts make up a complex sentence. My coffee was too cold. Sentence number one. I heated it in the microwave. Number two. Let's use the conjunction after. After my coffee was too cold, I heated it in the microwave. Let's check the first part. My coffee is the subject. Was too cold is the predicate. Can I use this part of the sentence alone? After my coffee was too cold. What happened after my coffee was too cold? I don't know. So, no, this part of the sentence cannot be used alone. So, it is a dependent clause. The dependent clause, what does it begin with? It begins with the subordinating conjunction. The other part, I heated it in the microwave. I is the subject. Heated it in the microwave is the predicate. Can I use this part alone? Yes, I can. It tells a complete idea. So it is the independent clause. The subordinating conjunction, does it begin the sentence or not? Yes, it begins the sentence. That's why I should put a comma at the end of the first part of the sentence. Next example. I like to eat popcorn. I watch a movie. Let's use the conjunction while. As I said before, what is the meaning of the conjunction while? It means during. I like to eat popcorn while I watch a movie. What does it mean? It means that I like to eat popcorn during watching the movie. Let's check the first part. I like to eat popcorn. I is the subject, like to eat popcorn is the predicate. Can I use this part of the sentence alone? Yes, I can. So what do I call this part? It is the independent clause. Let's check the other part. While I watch a movie. While I watch a movie. What happens while I watch a movie? I don't know. So does it tell a complete idea? No, it doesn't. Can I use it alone? No, I can't. So what do I call this part? I call it a dependent clause. Let's check the subordinating conjunction. Is it in the beginning of the sentence or in the middle of the sentence? It's in the middle of the sentence. No commas should be used. The two parts will make up a complex sentence. Excellent. Okay, let's check the dependent clause. What does it begin with? It begins with the subordinating conjunction. She is smart. She had low grades. Let's use the subordinated conjunction although. The subordinated conjunction although it joins two opposite ideas. She's smart, but she had low grades. So these are two opposite ideas that will be joined with the subordinated conjunction although. Although she is smart, she had low grades. Can I use this part of the sentence alone? Although she's smart, no I can. So what do I call this part? The part that begins with the subordinating conjunction. I call it the dependent clause. The part that depends on the other part of that sentence. She had low grades. Can I use this part alone? She had low grades. Yes, it tells a complete idea. So what do I call this part? I call it the independent clause. The subordinated conjunction, it begins the sentence. That's why I need to put a comma at the end of the first part of that sentence. The two parts will make up a complex sentence. Excellent. I'm extremely happy. I finished my exams. Let's use the conjunction since. What does it mean? It means because. I'm extremely happy since I finished my exams or because I finished my exams. I'm extremely happy. Can I use this part of the sentence alone? Yes, I can. So it is the independent clause. Let's check the other part. Since I finished my exams. Can I use this part of the sentence alone? Since I finished my exams. What happened since I finished my exams? I have no idea. No, I can't use it alone. So what do I call it? I call it the dependent clause. Subordinating conjunction. She will have the party in her house. Her mother allowed her. Let's use the subordinating conjunction if. As I said before, the conjunction if, it highlights a condition. She will have the party in her house if her mother allowed to. So one action depends on the other. Let's check this part. She will have the party. She is the subject. The rest of the sentence is the predicate. Can I use this part alone? She will have the party in her house. Yes. So what do I call this part of the sentence? I call it the independent clause. If her mother allowed her. Let's just check this part. Her mother is the subject, allowed her is the predicate. Can I use it alone? If her mother allowed her. No, I can't. It doesn't give a complete information or a complete idea. So what do I call it? I call it the dependent clause. What does it begin with? It begins with the subordinating conjunction. Should I use commas? No, I shouldn't. Why? Because the conjunction is in the middle of the sentence. The two parts will make up a complex sentence. Excellent. He finished all his tasks, sentence number 1. He went home, sentence number 2. Let's use the subordinating conjunction when. He finished all of his tasks when he went home. Let's check the first part. He finished all of his tasks. He is the subject, the rest of the sentence is the predicate. Can I use this part of the sentence alone? Yes, I can. It tells a complete idea. So what do I call it? I call it the independent clause. What about the other part? When he went home. When he went home, does it make any sense? No. So what do I call this part? I call it that dependent clause. The dependent clause, what does it begin with? It begins with that subordinating conjunction. She likes to sing, sentence number 1. She is in the shower, sentence number 2. Let's use the conjunction while. What does it mean? It means during. She likes to sing while she is in the shower. Let's check the first part. She likes to sing. She is the subject, likes to sing is the predicate. Can I use this part of the sentence alone? Yes, I can. She likes to sing. It tells a complete idea, so it is the independent clause. Let's check the other part. While she is in the shower. Can I use this part of the sentence alone? While she is in the shower. What happened? I don't know. So it doesn't tell a complete idea. I can't use it alone. So what do I call it? I call it that dependent clause. What does it begin with? It begins with that subordinating conjunction while. They ate dinner, sentence number 1. They watched the movie, sentence number 2. Let's use the subordinating conjunction before. They ate dinner before they watched the movie. Let's check the first part. They ate dinner. Can I use this part alone? Yes, I can. So it is the independent clause. Excellent. Before they watched the movie. They is the subject, watched the movie is the predicate. Can I use this part alone? Before they watched the movie. What happened? I don't know. So no, I can't use this part alone because it doesn't tell a complete information. So it is that dependent clause. What does it begin with? It begins with that subordinating conjunction. So the dependent clause always begins with that subordinating conjunction. Please answer Reader's Notebook, page 103 and 104, plus the first 2 pages of the grammar worksheets.